You said you own a Yukon. May I ask what it is about this vehicle that compelled you to buy it?
I have 2 kids and we need the space.
Is it really necessary to buy a full-size truck just because you have 2 kids? Other people with kids manage just fine with regular cars like a Honda Civic.
I don't care. Those cars are cramped. Besides, what are we supposed to do when we need to pick up our children's friends from their sporting events?
What about the minivan?
There's no way I'm going to be seen driving a minivan.
Why?
Because, well, I don't know. I just don't want one.
In the book High and Mighty it was discussed that people often choose SUVs because they want to appear to be single even if they have a family. Is that why you don't want to drive a minivan? Because it seems too domestic?
Don't be ridiculous. We need a Yukon for the things a minivan can't do.
Like what?
Well, a minivan isn't very good in deep snow.
Oh, I see. How often do you get deep snow?
Maybe once a year, if that.
Well, if you don't get a lot of snow, why not a station wagon with all-wheel drive instead? Some of these cars come with third-row seating for those occasions you'd need to pick up extra kids. These things get better gas mileage, handle better and are easier to park. The all-wheel drive would help on the rare occasions when you would have to deal with snow.
I'm not going to be caught dead in a station wagon.
Why?
Those things are just nasty.
Isn't your Yukon just a giant station wagon?
Not at all. It's a stylish machine meant to convey to others that we're successful. A station wagon is just a big hatchback for losers.
I see. Did you pay cash for it?
No, we lease.
You want to convey to others that you're successful but you basically are renting a truck?
Yes. We lease because we like to get a new vehicle every 2 years.
What in the world for?
Because the styles change. You have to keep updating to stay fashionable.
Back to station wagons. BMW, Volvo, Mercedes and Audi all make very stylish wagons that are safe, fun to drive and have all-wheel drive for the one day a year you would need it for snow.
So, I hate station wagons.
Okay. So we've established that you basically drive a Yukon purely as a fashion statement and that other, more practical and fuel-efficient cars would meet your needs.
You forgot safety. A Yukon is a safe vehicle.
That's total bullshit. According to the data, per million miles driven, cars like the Volkswagen Jetta, Toyota Camry and Honda Accord are the safest. Trucks like the Yukon have a much higher death rate per million miles.
How can it be? The Yukon would crush through a Honda Accord.
The reason is that those cars handle better and can get out of the way of a potential accident. A truck simply cannot maneuver as well.
So what?
It is better to avoid the accident in the first place, rather than to think that it's inevitable. That's why you think you need a tank, because you've already decided that accidents are inevitable.
Sometimes they are. What about driving on slick roads?
You mean when giant SUVs speed past on dangerously slick roads?
That's why I like my Yukon. Because I can drive faster on ice and snow.
Jesus, you really are stupid. What makes you think you can drive fast on ice? Are the laws of physics different for you?
I have 4-wheel drive. That means I can go faster on ice. It's really irritating that the people in their little cars hold me up when the roads are bad. They shouldn't be out at all.
How many times have you ended up in the ditch?
Only once or twice. But it wasn't my fault. They really should plow the roads better.
I see. So, what other reasons can you give for needing an SUV?
Well, my husband wants a wakeboard boat. And you can't tow one of those with a Honda Civic.
Isn't it one of those obnoxious boats that makes huge waves so idiots and jump off of them on a board?
Yes.
And these boats, in order to create a big wake, need tons of ballast to keep the boat lower in the water as well as an overpowered engine to motivate it.
Yes. They're totally awesome.
And aren't these also the boats with obnoxiously loud stereo systems designed so that assholes can listen to their brain-dead music while out on the board?
Yes. Gotta have tunes while you're shredding.
So, even your recreational choices are extremely wasteful.
What should we be doing? Swimming? Bicycling like a pansy?
Jesus, you are hopeless. I'm not wasting another second on your stupidity.